Hello, let's make a painting. I'm gonna make a painting. We're still working on the intro. Uh, okay, so we put in water on the glass. All right, paper, and let's go for it. I will just splash the water. Alrighty, pink. Lately, I'm using pink a lot. Pink and kind of a purple. I think on my palette I have like a dark purple too, so I think I'm gonna use that too. Uh, Pretty much try to cover the places with water with pink and kind of a blue. And I'm terrible with colors, by the way. I I don't know their names. I mean, I know their names. It's just, this is a turquoise and pink, but it's just I like to call them blue and just simplify. It just doesn't need to be that complicated. I mean, it's a complicated things, but it doesn't have to be. We can go like super simple. The foreground, it's just dry paper. I try to make a lot of different moves with the dark blue. So we'll see how that's gonna develop. For the sky, the same thing. Now, because I have water there, but not all over the place, I just gonna move left and right diagonal movements. So, excuse me. So we can have like some kind of blending and also heavy strokes. I'm gonna take some clear yellow. Well, it's Nepal yellow, but like I told you, I'd like to simplify things. It's just yellow. There's like a 3 yellows there. And I'm gonna try to fill it up some of the white gaps left in the sky. So let's see how that's gonna work. Take the palette knife. Let's see. Make some lines, maybe. Top, bottom, no, yes. All right, so I'm just gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit the paper. Try to move it around. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing this random moves. And I think I stuck in the foreground at this point, so I'm gonna move some of the paint. Try to push the paint a little bit up so we can have a little bit darker places up there, so we can have a nice horizon line. I feel like the bottom part is kind of on the dark side, so let's see about that. Black wash in the horizon line so we can have a nice contrast. I'm not sure I'm gonna go all the way up. It's some kind of the horizon line is broken down by this kind of a cave on the back, the pink cave. So I'm gonna emphasize a little bit more on that. We'll see if we're gonna keep it later or not. On the foreground, I already know. I think it's gonna be some kind of a tall grass, but we'll see about that. For the sky, I'm gonna play a little bit with the palette knife. Just too watery, I think, at this point. All right, maybe grow up some trees. Yes. No, it's more like a very tall grass. That's pretty tall. Maybe some. Yeah, it's very tall grass. I guess it's closer to us, so. And it's like on a stacks, so we're just gonna keep doing that. All right, I guess we're keeping the cave on the background, but it's gonna be on the background. It's not gonna be like something major in our drawing, in our painting. Take the multiple brush and blend everything. Just spread it down so we can have a nice reflection. And as far as I know myself, I will just break down. I just create the reflection, I'm gonna break it down immediately. I'm gonna keep just part of it. And by doing this, by pushing the paint up, I will form the midground now. There we go. All right. I think it's time for some kind of a detail on a foreground, and that's going to be purple, because our purple on a cave, which one doesn't look like a cave anymore. The pink doesn't, it's look pretty lonely at this point. So we're going to put some of it on the foreground. Maybe some blue too. So it can reflect, and as you can see, I put them in opposite way. Take the palette knife, push it around a little bit so we can have a nice bright spot on the foreground. Let's see. I will take some black wash. And I want to emphasize the midground. And I wanna, there we go. So clear the brush. And I think at this point, maybe show a little bit more of that tall grass on the midground. I'm gonna make some heavy strokes there. Let's see. Because I think at this point is kind of a mixing it, so I'm gonna make super heavy strokes. Let's try that. Let's go with the heavy strokes. Just break down everything that we created with the nature going up and down, taking over the drawing, the painting. Same thing on the foreground. And there you go, watercolor, abstract, landscape.